Alright y'all, this is going to be another tank maintenance video. I'm going to run down step by step every single thing I do. Okay, first thing, grab your favorite drink, get hydrated. The second thing you're going to want to do, Dawn dish soap. Literally the best dish soap you can get. You're going to wash your hands. Even if you literally just washed your hands, you're going to wash your hands. I probably use too much, but better to be safe. And you really want to get good, like all the spots that is going to be in the fish tank. Make sure you rinse your hands real good. Get all the soap off. Most people take their jewelry off. I just have a basic ring. I'm not going to because I never do. And I forgot my towel, so I'm going to go grab that real quick. Okay. After you get done washing your hands, what I use, and this is going to be a weird thing because I'm doing two tanks right now. I'm doing my baby fries. Well, that's redundant. My fry. And my main tank I'm going to be cleaning just a hair. But for my fry tank, what I do is I fill up one of these 5-gallon buckets with regular tap water. And then what I do is I come over here and I have one of these micro nano gravel backs, and I am putting it into a bucket. That's all I'm doing. You gotta be careful, make sure you don't get any of the babies. But oh, I probably should have done that up here. Dang it, I'm not very good at this one yet. It's probably because I don't have it on right. Okay, give me just a second. Let's undo this. Put the tube down, go straight in. See if it works now. I'm not a fan of this, to be honest. It is coming in handy for the babies, for sure. But I feel like it's super slow. Oh no. Oh, there it goes. You want to just get all the ickiness. Really trying to make sure I don't get any babies. Your main goal isn't really to get everything. It's just to get enough of it, really most of it, as much as you can get, without spending a whole lot of time. I say I'm not a fan of this one. I kind of am. I guess I just haven't gotten used to it yet. Most of them are big enough where they're not going to get sucked into this small intake. So I'm not super worried about it. Plus, they don't typically tend to stay because I kind of tap just very lightly. They're not a fan of it. Again, not a super big deal if you can't get it all. Oh, and these little filters right here, they're fantastic. They're not super expensive, and they do the same job as, say, your hang-on back or canister, which are gross filters. I'm not hating on hang-on backs because in my main tank, it's what I have. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do with the small one. I'm going to show y'all how I take out more water at once more quickly. Enjoy my fish for a second, I'll be right back. Let me go dump out this water that's remaining in this bucket. Or that I've already sucked up. Because it's half full, and I'd rather just show y'all this real quick. Enjoy the fish. Okay, to get more water out more quickly, if you take a regular gravel pump, or gravel bag, I'm sorry, put it in a net. That's all you gotta do. Keeps the fry from deciding to take a ride through it, which would be a bad thing. And if you keep it up, they're very curious. They want to know what you're doing. I wouldn't say they're intelligent, because maybe intelligent is not the right word. But they're not dumb. They're fish. They have no concept of what this is. Right now I'm gonna do probably a half water change. Honestly, the vacuuming part is what takes the absolute longest. The water change is the honestly quickest part, I guess. You guys go, and girls, scoot away. Thank you. No, no. Okay, you know what? That's enough water. Alright. Now I'm gonna go dump this and I will be right back. Enjoy the fishies again. Alright, I'm going to take y'all on a magical trip. Ignore my messy house. Alright. In here. Let me get y'all all set up. In here, what I do, and somebody's going to be mad at me and say, oh, that's cross-contamination, which it legitimately is. But I take this water from this tank, and I put it, hold on. I put it in my fry tank. I use this water specifically because I already know that the bacteria established in this tank is heckin' fantastic. I put quite a few years into it, and while I did take a huge hit when the silicone failure happened, I did manage to save my bacteria colony, which has made a huge comeback. So what I do is turn everything off. I take the water from the sink. Oh, I also have a cool trick. If y'all want an easy way to not get a mouthful of fish tank water, if you take the entire thing, see if I can not shock myself, and you run it in your tank, hose and everything. This is going to be messy. Well, not necessarily messy. And then you put your finger over the tip, put it in your bucket, and it automatically starts it. Ta-da! And here, I still put these over the intake because there's nothing quite like the pain of losing a fish to getting it sucked up in your gravel back. It's actually kind of heartbreaking. That's something you could have prevented, and I've done it before, and it makes me sad. Everyone makes mistakes, but trust me, you'll only make it the one time. And I only say this to try to save somebody else from making that one mistake. Y'all enjoy the fish for a second. They're doing heckin' fantastic. Alright, this bucket is full. So that means I'm going to go put it in the fry tank. And I know someone's going to get mad at me, but it's okay. It won't always be this way, but it's the way that I am doing it currently. If you keep up with your water changes and stuff like you're supposed to, it really shouldn't be an issue, especially if you're using live plants and you're not throwing in brand new fish every other day. I've had the same fish for a while now, so everything should be okay. I'm gonna go dump the water in there, enjoy the fish for a minute. Alright, I need another bucket. This time I'm going to use the big one. And probably the small one at the same time. So I can expedite the process. Okay, so this big one, it has one of these balls that you can... I notice I'm trying to pull the water more out of the middle instead of the bottom or the top. I mean, the top's really not that big of a deal, but I don't want to pull water off the bottom because that's where everything's at. But I don't want to necessarily straight up grab, you know? This bigger gravelback it's seen better days. It's probably 8 years old now. So they do last a long time if you take care of them. That bucket filled way quicker this time. Now, I'm not going to do a full water change on this tank because I just did one not too long ago. This is more of a water change for the baby tank. But when I do this tank, I honestly stick the hose out that window and just let it flow out. And then I pull my water hose in from outside. And right before I add the water is when I put in my tap water conditioner. I am not sponsored by anyone at all. One day maybe I would be so blessed. But this is not a you use your preferred whatever you want to use. But that's the one that I use. And I go according to the label. And I use the water hose from outside to fill it up. And that's the entire process that I do to clean this tank. I'll go through and I'll clip off old leaves that are starting to die off. And I'll pull out the filters. Oh, while I'm at it, on your hang-on back filters, or any of your filters in general, the little blue squares or black squares or whatever color squares they are, to clean those, all you do is fill a bucket full of water, of your tank water, and you pull those out, and you swish it around in that bucket, and you put it back in there. I know the box will say that you're only supposed to use it for like a month or two. The ones that I've had in this one right here, I've had in there for a year, at least now. Probably longer than that, to be honest. they're filters. They're to catch the physical stuff that is in your aquarium and to grow bacteria that is beneficial to your aquarium. So if you're constantly pulling your filter out and throwing it away and putting a new one in there, you're not getting the beneficial bacteria that you're supposed to. So just rinse it in your aquarium water that you've pulled out, swish it around, and literally just throw it back in there. The only thing that the activated carbon in there is good for is very minute ammonia absorption, which if you have live plants in your tank, they will absorb that. They will absorb all the nitrates and they use it to grow, which is why I've had so much success with these plants, which these three right here all used to be one single plant until a year and a half ago, I was moving the original tank, the 75 gallon, and when I pulled it up out of the gravel, it broke in these spots. So all I did was slap the roots. You can't put that main stem underneath the gravel, but just the roots, and they will flourish. I just have a basic light and an LED light in the back that's like a $40 light that I got for free off a swap and sell page. I don't have anything fancy on here. This is just basic stuff. Well, I mean, I got Scuba Steve. He's fancy. But yeah, this is just my process. The entire process. I don't do anything fancy. I just do water changes once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks if I'm being honest, because the live plants really do help soak up all the waste and utilize all the fish waste to help them grow. One of the loaches came out because the light's off. But anyways, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.